also there, and its administrative facility is also there, right? So that area, for example, the assembly area is 2/3. For example, if the question mentioned, then 2/3 it belongs to manufacturing, and 1/3 belongs to non-manufacturing cost, right? Since we have no other information here, so it's most likely to be based on the space occupied, so it belongs to both. So if production facility belongs to manufacturing overhead, if they have a sales department over there as well, that area that is occupied by a sales department, that rent belongs to selling department, and that area belongs to where the executives or CEOs or the office head office workers, they sit over there. So that area rent belongs to administrative cost, right? So the tricky point here in requirement 8. Okay, any question? Subhan, you understand?
Clear.
Ali, Anis?
Yes, clear. My only question before was question 2, but we also ended up going with selling for the cost of advertising, but we weren't sure at first.
Okay. The cost of advertising is always, whenever there is the word selling or advertising, it's always non-manufacturing. And under non-manufacturing, we have two stuff, selling and admin, right? So it's always a selling. Okay, our second learning objective, distinguish between product cost, period cost, and give examples. Up till now, what we have discussed, cost based on manufacturing, right? So we have manufacturing cost, we have non-manufacturing cost. And now cost based on product and period. Here we go. So we have the example here. So I'd like you to read. So those who are watching our online lecture here, so please read, pause the video and read it, and then we discuss it. So which of the following cost will be considered a period rather than a product cost in a manufacturing company? So as its name implies, do we have here? Then we go back over there. Okay, yes. Then we go back to that question. Product cost, which includes direct material, direct labor, and manufacturing overhead. So it means if we are going to segregate cost based on period and product, so product cost is exactly equal to manufacturing cost. Manufacturing cost also equal to direct material, direct labor, and manufacturing overhead, right? So product cost, the other difference of the product cost and period cost is that the product cost goes from balance sheet to income statement. So I think most of all, majority of the class already studied the accounting. So you already know the concept of balance sheet and income statement. So product cost goes from balance sheet to income statement, while the period cost directly goes to income statement. So period cost includes all the selling cost and administrative costs. So if you categorize, or if you want to relate this one, so this becomes non-manufacturing costs. And the non-manufacturing cost consists of selling and administrative, right? So if you categorize it based on product cost and period cost, so remember, period cost is like non-manufacturing cost. The only difference is it always hit the income statement. Which financial statement? It always disturbed or had an effect on income statement, while the product cost, which is a manufacturing cost, right, it affects both income statement and balance sheet, right? Now our previous example. So which cost is product and which cost is period cost? So manufacturing equipment depreciation, it is product or it is period? Guys, do participate.
Product.
Why product? Any question? Why product?
Why?
Because it is used in production process, right? So it is manufacturing overhead. Since manufacturing cost related to product cost, so this is under product cost. Well done. B, property taxes on corporate headquarters. Period cost or product cost? Anis.
Sorry, which one?
B.
It's I would say period cost.
Well done, because this belongs to non-manufacturing cost, right?
Right.
C, the direct material cost. Jinpyo. It is manufacturing cost and it is called product cost. How about the D, Ali, electrical cost to light the production facility?
I'd say period, since it's not with the manufacturing process.
Electrical cost to light the production facility. It is related to production.
Isn't it lighting the facility and not directly? Like the
Lighting
machine?
which facility? The production facility, not all the building. Production facility.
Okay.
That become manufacturing cost, manufacturing overhead, manufacturing cost, and that is a product cost. The last one is sales commission. Sales commission is non-manufacturing and non-manufacturing is period cost. Right, guys? Well done. Now, classifications based on the other classification of cost based on prime cost and conversion cost. So prime cost is equal to direct labor and direct materials. If we add it, we call this prime cost. So in a manufacturing facility, the biggest cost is direct material and direct labor, right? And if we add direct labor plus manufacturing overhead, it is called conversion cost. Now my question is, when we have direct material, direct labor and manufacturing overhead, then why we need conversion cost and prime cost? So in some industries, direct material cost is huge, but direct labor cost is not that huge. In some companies, direct labor cost is so huge than the direct material and manufacturing overhead. And in some industry, only manufacturing overhead is so huge. For example, which industry has huge cost, direct labor and direct material? Automobile industry. You know, the steel prices, all the stuff, the tire, the inside sound system and all the stuff, comfort. So its direct material is high, plus engineers, mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, their cost is too high. So
What about the agriculture industry? Is that the same?
yes, in agriculture, the direct material is not a huge cost. Direct labor and manufacturing is too huge. Like you need harvester, you need machinery, you take on rent, right? Pesticides and all those stuff. So its conversion cost is huge. The seeds it's available on minimal cost. So automobile industry, its direct material and direct labor cost is huge. So rather saying the car industry has higher direct material and direct labor costs, we can just say that the prime cost of the automobile industry is huge. So in some industry, the manufacturing overhead and direct material is so huge, right? In that case, so which company is that one? For example, Microsoft. Do they have a huge direct material? Do they have a huge direct labor? Yes, because they have programmers, they have thinkers, right? Plus, look at their rent, prime locations, and all those stuff, right? Huge, electricity cost, huge display cost, this kind of stuff, selling cost, right? So not selling cost, their building cost, their all those costs that are related to their production. So their production facility is basically their head office where the programmers sit and type the codes. So in that case, their conversion cost is huge. So rather saying direct labor cost is huge and direct manufacturing overhead cost is huge, we just say that conversion cost is huge. So this is a way to look, on a narrower scale, which industry we are. So normally, high-tech industry, those who make machineries, big machineries, their prime costs are huge. So those industries who are technologically based, industries, their conversion cost is huge, right? Okay, we already started this. Okay, now we have another class, a good activity. I'm going to set up the breakout room as well. Please take a picture and try to solve it. So all you need to do, you need to write it down, whether this is period cost or product cost based on this was. So those who are watching online, please do stop the video here and try to solve it. We will be back after breakout room activity.